What is going on, y'all? Thank you so much for joining the stream. If you can, as you're getting in here, like this video and comment down below and let me know where you guys are at this current moment. I'd like to really know your thoughts and where you guys at. Let us get into it. So, happy Saturday, March 23rd, 2024. And there is a lot of things that has been going on in the travel space as well as with some of our own people, believe it or not. And I'm one of those individuals that like to watch, research my other fellow brethren, and I learn from you guys, believe it or not. Whether you guys are just starting and you're in the game or you guys are veterans, I watch you guys because there's something I think I could learn from you guys. So, in this conversation of Austin Holleman, if you hear Austin Holleman, hello. I'm gonna go easy on you. But man, we just gotta call it out, man. Oh my gosh, man. It was quite interesting. I know a lot of you guys seen it. And if you haven't heard already, Austin Holleman had almost got himself in a tussle. And I am late to presenting the news, but everybody, guys, their fair share of time on how they're going to present the information. And I wouldn't say it's his fault entirely, but I will have to say that there are some things that he could have done. And I even if he's here now and he happens to be watching this on the playback or he's in the chat, I have to tell you now, man. I mean, the type of individual that he is, I pretty much can concur that what I'm saying really he ain't gonna care a word about what I'm about to say. But what I could say is we could use this as a teachable moment for those who travel to Colombia or travel anywhere else. Austin Holleman is a young gentleman who's been to multiple countries, multiple cities. He himself has said into the streams that he's been to multiple countries, multiple cities. Um, Also, while in Colombia, while in Cartagena, I've also noticed that when the situation prior to the situation popping off, there was a couple of things that happened. Not just this one, but there was another situation that happened on one of the beaches where he didn't have any cash on him, and what ended up happening was the people who wanted their money was following him around, and more people was following him around. The chat was kind of concerned, and then Austin Holleman kind of brought up, "Look, man, I've been to multiple countries, nothing going to happen." Though I don't like this type of way how you respond to people. That's his, excuse me, that's his channel, that's his audience. It is what it is. So take it as it is. And my opinion of it, based off of how he is, he doesn't really care about what I would have to say. But for guys, don't try this at home, pretty much. And yeah, so what happened? Yeah, while he was walking down Cartagena at nighttime, around the clock tower area within the wall city, he got pressed by some Colombians, some individual came and tried to press him, and it sort of kind of seemed like the situation was going to escalate, but he kind of de-escalated and left, and that kind of left a sorry, not a sour taste in his mouth, which ultimately ended up with him leaving the country, and now he's currently in Peru. If I last checked, he's in Peru. I think he's having a better time. I mean, I'm happy for the guy, but let's check this out. Let's analyze it and let's talk about this because a lot of us Columbia vets, like we have something to really talk about. And if you've seen the trail at the beginning, I had a show. I've been around the country just to make sure that okay, I think Nate's qualified to talk about this subject. He's been around the country. He's been there quite multiple times. I think I'm qualified to talk about it. If I'm not qualified, y'all can let me know. Y'all can cuss me out in the wherever you want to cuss me out. Let's get into it. I'm going to share the screen. Let's see. Let's see if I'm doing this correctly. All right. Oh, here we go. I think this is, let's go. All right. Here we go. So, fair use we have to find the part where things went south. Is this it? This is it, or is it not it? Did I mess up? Look at me. Nate's not even prepared. Here we go. And we are on 2 times speed, y'all. 5 times speed. All right. 5 times speed. I hope you guys can catch up. We just want to get through with it fast for the guys that aren't so quick to adapt. We're going to have to quick to adapt because this also helps with fair use. All right. Let's go. Pardon all the profanity too. You guys know I don't use profanity on my channel, but I think there's going to be some bombs thrown here. And for those that are watching my content, my apologies in advance, but we just going to analyze. Um, that's the first thing. That's the first clues. Him mentioning that he's in the tourist zone. Let's continue. All right. So I think was I was a little ahead. Let me go back just a little bit. I think this is the part, and I think we are there. Is this it? He's almost okay. All right, here we go. This is the part that the incident happened, and yeah, I'm gonna slow it down just a bit for y'all because I realize it's a bit too fast. All right. Oh wait. Look at me, guys. I'm struggle streaming already. Lord have mercy. I am not like. Sheesh. Shout out to Razor Rays. I know you're on live stream right now, and don't forget to subscribe to Razor Rays. Check them out. Where's the speed? I had it. Playback. There we go. Speed. Normal. Cool. All right. All right. All right. So the first guy says, "Stop filming." Austin Holleman claps back. "We're not filming you." Right? Oh crap. Where the heck am I? Look at me struggle streaming already. Man. Here we go. Man, I am struggle streaming. All right. All right, cool. I'm gonna put this up there. I'm gonna full screen this. All right, now let's get into it. All right, so the guy goes. We don't get to see the guy. The guy is, "Why are you filming everybody?" And then we see a Cartagena chick comes up. You see a glimpse of her face, and she pulls back and she asks him, "Por qué grabas? Why are you grabbing a video? Why are you filming?" And then she's on the right hand, still asking attentively, "Por qué grabas?" Meaning, she's annoyed. Why are you recording? While Austin is still dealing with this other guy that's confronting him right now. Now, I'll comment on this later. I'll comment on that later because sometimes I can be a little smart too and be like, okay, where do you want me to record? But Austin Alleman himself said that he was actually being genuinely serious. All right, if I can't record here, where the heck should I record since this is a tourist zone? I don't care where you want to go. Now, and you have two individuals that see that something's popping off. They probably might be locals. Well, they look like locals. They got the sandals down there, right? And it seemed like they're enjoying this exchange right now. Kind of lets us know the state of mind of what they have against us as foreigners. All right, the guy's a little upset, cussing him out. Said, "Look, I'm a tourist. Where do you think I should go?" Custom out. And you hear that the guy gets a little closer because the volume gets a little louder. We don't see it, but the guy's pulling up a little closer to Austin. So I don't know if Austin can confirm that if he pulled up. Yo, Brooklyn GQ, salute. Shay Star, salute. You know, we hear them pull up, but you hear them getting closer. So it seemed like, all right, back up a little bit. All right, right here. It's this. I think it's this guy right here where my mouse is hovering over. Might be him. Think it's him. I don't know for sure. But based on how it sounds like it might have been that individual and he got a little closer to Austin. But we don't know for sure. And then we see the shorty over there too, who shows her face, pulls back, Porque grabas? Why are you recording? Porque graba? Why are you recording? You see that? He looked at him, looked back at him, look at him. They want to see some drama. You see these guys? They want to see some drama happen. Mind their business and left. You hear him get a little closer because from what I've heard, I think Austin did say that he had some brothers with him. Oh, you can't hear the video. You can't hear the video? Oh man. Okay. Can anybody else not hear the video? I need multiple. Let me try to turn this up. Oh man, I'm struggle streaming already. Lord have mercy. I'm playing it back. Are you able to hear it? You can't hear it? Hold on. I gotta figure out what's up with the playback then. Because this is a teachable moment in my honest opinion, man. This is a real teachable moment. Oh, y'all can hear it now. All right. Cool, cool. Mr. Darius says they can hear it. All right, cool. So as I was saying earlier, this is the corner that leads. If y'all remember Cartagena, this is the corner. As you make that turn, you go straight down. That brings you to the clock tower. I'm not sure the name of that avenue. They're doing a construction there. He said it was a short, stocky man, and I believe it's this, black individual over here. It was either him or him. It's probably this one. If he said it was short, because this guy's a little taller. All right, so he turns the corner. We no longer see who it is, but I assume it's probably the shorter one that's in the white, possibly, if not the other person next to him. We see a shorty here and another one behind. She realizes when the guy gets called out, when Austin gets called out for filming, she notices, she pulls back, and then pretty much inquires, "Why are you filming? Por qué grabas?" I can't talk right now. I'm on live. I'm working right now. All right. Hear that? Por qué grabas? Why are you recording? Or why do you grab a video? So now, like I said earlier, she's annoyed. She's pressing him while Austin is, have to deal with whoever the lady might be as well as this guy over there. But Austin, he has a camera over there, so he's facing over there. I can't see, but I can imagine he's facing over there. He's not worried about this shorty over here. He's worried about this guy over here. We hear that guy gets closer because I guess when you give that eye contact and you get a little confrontational, somebody, something about looking like they say it too. If you look at a dog's eyes long enough, the dog is going to start react. So the eye contact is given, and then you can hear the guy get closer. So you know that Austin himself did confirm that his heart was beating after that because he was generally upset because the guy tried to press him. You hear how far back the guy is at the moment? I don't care. I don't care. Then you hear him get closer. And I said earlier, these two gentlemen, they look like they want something to pop off. So, oh, a tourist is getting. And they find it funny. I didn't find it funny, but these guys have said, "Oh yeah, get." Let me not put my own bias in it, but it's like they wanted to see something pop off from what it looked like. See that? See that? See that? All right, mind their business and keep moving. You're talking about the situation, and then they're keeping it moving. Hear that? So when Austin pull up the situation, I'm a tourist. Where should I go? And the guy got annoyed. I'm like, man, f that s. You know what I'm saying? He got a little annoyed, and then Austin said, "Yo, I'm a tourist. Where should I go?" So I kind of get the guy. I kind of try to get that the guy kind of feels that Austin's trying to punk him and said, "Oh, this guy's being a wise guy. Let me get a little closer." So that's how you hear the volume gets a little louder on the phone because he was far away. Austin was recording. Oh, where should I go? Gets annoyed. Oh well, pretty much you're the well, this is not verbatim, kind of like you're the ambassador. You tell me where to go. He gets a little annoyed again, and he pulls up a little closer. So now they're in a range that something is definitely going to pop off, and that's like, well, now I can understand. Eh, in my if in my honest opinion, um, I would ignore it and keep it moving. That's just me. But I think Austin had been annoyed from like the jump. Once like since he's gotten there, his first impression, he said in Cartagena, it wasn't that bad in terms of the begging and stuff. He learned firsthand that the begging is just as annoying as we all have been saying. And I guess throughout the night, he himself was just frustrated with Cartagena. I guess the scams and you can't record. So I guess he was just fed up. I think he was at his point too. But let's see. Let's continue. Hold on. This is Darius, the navigator, had just said, we just had a guy in the Philippines get his software uninstalled. It's not worth risking a confrontation. I hear that. I definitely hear that. You don't need to say much, but I know exactly what you mean. Software uninstalled? Yeah. So you can see that the nighttime girls is behind them watching the situation too. Sort of kind of in range between Austin and the other guy. And they're leaning towards more of the other guy because the other guy is defending them from being recorded. Let's continue. You see them back there. You see the two girls again, the one that says Porque grabas right behind them right there, and her friend. We have some tourists over there that's looking at the situation. Maybe they're tourists. He's a little closer. You can't see it, but you can tell how close he is. That what he said, I don't know. I couldn't quite pick that up. So your guess is as good as mine. Say he's recording. I couldn't figure out the other part, but yeah, recording on the street. That's them. That's him. That's him. That definitely is the guy that pressed him because his mouth is open. The way how his demeanor is, he's kind of like this. So I think he's the one that confronted Austin. Yeah, that's him. He's the one that confronted Austin, and he is definitely shorter. Anything else? And I think he expresses his frustration once he gets out the clock tower and lets everybody else know what's up. But I'm not really knocking Austin on this per se because everybody kind of knows like the rules. Austin said he was on the live. He was here. I didn't see him. Wait, hold on. I am struggle streaming. I am struggle streaming right now. So yeah, I guess as much is just as good as mine. But yeah, the dude himself was trying to press him. Something could have popped off, especially by yourself. And I have a story to share with you guys, right? I have it in video form that I'm probably going to drop tomorrow, but it's about like avoiding confrontation over here. Yeah, the guy was shorter than him in the live. He said it himself. I'm not sure if he said it at this point, but I understand like when you're doing a live stream on the street, you can't record, you can't control. Let me see, is this on me? There we go. You can't control what's being filmed or whatever have you. Like, well, you can control it though, but whatever happens is dangerous. I've thought about it in Cartagena, but I thought that the risk wasn't much worth it because anything could happen, and how these guys react to cameras wasn't worth the risk. But I will admit that this in particular, having a camera out is good repellent. Like how you have mosquito spray. You said M Level says, dude better learn. He can't film everywhere he goes, and I've learned that too. It's unfortunate that this happened to him, and I was kind of upset. You know, I was kind of like a little perturbed when he said something along the lines of where am I? Dang. Struggle streaming. He said something along the lines of, "Look, man, I've been to multiple countries. This ain't gonna affect me. I know how to move. I've been to all of this. You know how to move." But it's kind of like saying this, right? You see my fitting. I'm from New York, right? More particularly, I'm from the Bronx. I can't roll up to Brooklyn and be like, "Nah, I'm from New York." You know what I'm saying? I mean, New Yorkers have a whole sort of lingo, and then each borough is operated differently. I can't go to somebody's hood as a Bronx dude and thinking that however my hood operates is the same that operates in like in Brooklyn. Or better yet, since I'm from New York, dang well, right? I'm from New York. I've been to 26 states, right? My name is Nate in your state for a reason, right? So I've been to 26 states, right? I am not going to go to my 27th state. Let's say I haven't been to Minneapolis yet. I haven't been to Minnesota. I ain't going to go to Minneapolis and be like, I'm from New York. You guys going to bend your will to mine, man. Like, nah, man. I haven't been there. I don't know how that hood operates. I'm going to be as respectful as I possibly can while I'm in somebody else's hood. That's just me. Austin can do whatever Austin can. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not knocking Austin because he also said within this same video, he himself said that he had some personal issues that, he's going to, seek help for and take care of that. And I wish him all the best because, it's hard out there, especially as a man. It's hard to be out there as a man where, nobody is there going to help you. You're by yourself. So, I ain't knocking the dude too hard, but everybody else can learn from this that look, this is not what you do. And for those that want to do street film, IRL streaming, that's a term that came from the gaming verse, bro. Look, you see the Luigi in the background. I know all about the IRL streaming and stuff, so I'm part of that community, the video game community. But when I seen this, I'm like, you can't really IRL stream in most places, which is why I didn't do it so often when I was in Costa Rica, right? When I was in Jaco and I was on Jaco Beach, I'm like, you know what, man? I feel uncomfortable how they're responding to how I'm filming. So because I don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable with my presence and camera, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna put it down and record what I need to record. All right, so Lavo says they know who he is. They watch YouTube too. They are finding out who he is. All right. He also says, yeah, 172nd in Grand Concourse. You already know. He also say the tides are changing for him, and he has to grow up. He has some growing up to do. It's just like, yeah, I mean, he is a child. You know, he has some time on like to grow up. I guess full maturity peaks like what in your mid 30s or something like that. Hopefully, I just hit my mid 30s. You know, last week was my birthday, so yeah. But yeah. He says he's gonna get some help with that. He said he's also gonna learn a couple of things, but like I said, I don't know what he wants in particular, you know. So I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it's not what you do. You know, it works to a certain extent, right? When I first went out there and I wasn't streaming, I recorded with a 360 camera, and I have that video, and you know, I didn't get pressed, right? One of the things, let me tell you this, right? So here's a cheat code. One of the things that someone told me that there's two situations. This happened in Armenia, in Colombia, and this also someone told me this in Cali, right? So I told somebody, I said, "Look, man, I'm a punk. I'm too scared to go out in the street and start doing and like hang out." Said, "Man, what you worried for?" Because you know I'm a big dude. So they said, "Look at you, man. You a big dude. You look like 50 Cent." These guys watch 50 Cent. They know what's going on. And I was watching some other people's let's say videos, and they know who 50 Cent is. They know what the gangster is. I ain't no gangster though, but I guess because I was out there wearing Tim's, wearing the fitted, wearing like my black tee, whatever have you, I had no problems. I'm not pressing my luck. I'm still going to be respectful. But if I get into a situation that I can't talk my way out of, we gonna fight. We gonna have to fight. So let me talk about this story. What happened to me and a homie of mine that I met in Cartagena. Met in Cartagena. We went to Bogota, and then now we went to Bogota. I met him in Bogota. I went and did my own thing. We met again in Poblado in Medellin, and he wanted to go get some drinks because call it paranoia or me being overly cautious because of what happened in that what the stories that you hear that happened in Colombia. Um, but you said, but you have size on your side. I'm 6'2", 240, so I get the same benefits overseas. Yes, I'm 6'1". No, no, I'm 6 feet and like near 270 pounds. And some of it is muscle, the rest is fat. I gotta be front. I have to be frank with it. But yeah, as I was saying, I was with Gabe, right? For those who know, Gabe is a guy that I met in Cartagena. This was let me go to this video and I'm gonna talk about it real quick once I find that video. So Gabe was an individual that I've met in Cartagena, and we've been kind of like communicating, like behind the scenes, like yo, I'm over here. You want to hang out? And I think he's a good character to hang out because he's fun for the channel. So hanging out with him is fun though. But I noticed that when he gets like a little lit, you know, and he's not controlling himself when he's lit, I like, all right, man, we probably gonna have to throw down. So here we go. I'm gonna show this video real quick, and we'll talk about it. We'll go back into the situation with Austin Holleman, and then we're gonna talk some more about it. All right, all right. Here we go. We got ads. I'm gonna run this real quick. I'm gonna let the ads run through. Then I'm gonna go to my personal video to introduce the character at hand and talk about what happened. How I almost got into a fight in how we almost got in a fight with Venezuelans up in around Parque man. And I was not ready for that fight. All right, here we go. So in this video right here, full screen, share. So in this video right here, what you gotta say?
Hey man, I'm glad to see you, bro. Glad to see you, man. Glad we could link up.
Hey. Hi to your father. All right, so Daniela. So Gabe is pretty much like like the same height ish. You know what I'm saying? And he told me his background. He's a fighter by trade. He's a fighter by trade. He has a very happy personality. He's the type of dude that you can have a beer with. He's a fun individual. So he invited me to say, "Yo, let's go get some drinks." And I mean, you see in the background, I don't really drink like that, even though you see that there. I don't drink like that, but I'm like, all right, cool. We can just hang out and chop it up. And then as he's drinking, right, and enjoying the time and hanging out, you know, there's a place called Super Shots. For those who've been to Parque Jettis and can confirm, have you been there? Super Shots. It's a bar that has really inexpensive drinks. Like you can get a flight of drinks for like $25 or something like that. I forgot the prices. I didn't buy the thing. I was just watching. So my man, as he's drinking, there's a Venezuelan next to him, and he's in a good mood. He's a little nice, he's a little lit. He said, "Yo, man, go get yourself a drink." And he said, "The Venezuelan to the Venezuelan defense." He's like, "Yo, you sure?" He said, "Yeah, I got a drink." And the Venezuelan, like, he ordered himself a drink. And me seeing this, I'm like, this guy's a little erratic. The Venezuela's a little happy erratic because the situation happened earlier. This is a scam that happens in Colombia, where some individuals will be happy or friendly for you to end up buying them drinks, or you know scam you into getting drinks, more drinks than you should get. That happened to a couple of people, so we are already aware of this. So this probably never happened to Gabe, and Gabe wasn't ready for it. So it came to a point that I told Gabe, I said, "Yo, Gabe, you might want to have to close out your tab, bro." Because I seen the guy, he was ordering drinks, he ordered a drink. I'm like, yo, Gabe, you might want to have to close your tab. And I don't think Gabe was hearing me because he was just enjoying the ambiance and the presence. And what ended up happening at the end of that ordeal, yo, they gave him the bill, man, and he was like, he looked at the bill, and Gabe was mad. I said, all right, Rumble Mode MMA Gabe just came out now. I'm like, oh man, this is not a pretty look. So then he's getting into the face of the Venezuelan. So me knowing that this is Colombia, right? And we are gringos. My first thought of action, I'm like, yo, Grape, you gotta calm down, bro. Because I don't want no beef in Colombia. Like, I come here. I met people. I have nice friends over here. I would like to come back, right? So Gabe gets into the Venezuelan's face. So you have two hotheads and a really irate Venezuelan. You're gonna have to watch that video. The video is gonna come out tomorrow. You'll see what I'm talking about of what happened in Poblado. Trust me on this. You're gonna see it. So the Venezuelan was like, "What are you talking about?" And like he said, and Gabe was cussing out his mouth and saying, "You know what you did?" Like, mother, like, there's a lot of curse bombs and everything else that's going on. That's called, all right. M. Larvo says that's called an away game. They're on their home court, exactly, right? So he's like, they're like, all right. So he's going at it. Gabe is going at it, and Gabe is about to is getting confrontation. They close like this now. They're about to like, like, who's gonna throw the first punch, sort of a thing. So I'm like, nah, chill, chill, chill. Because now Daniela was with us, and Daniela's such a sweet lady, you know what I'm saying? Like, she has like the friendliest personality. You just see like, oh, she's so meek, but she's like you can see that she's breaking down, like, yo, what's up? Like, all right. Say, look, man, we got this. Told us, look, man, I got this. We gonna fix the situation. Like, yo, Gabe, chill, 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 chill. And Gabe was getting heated. So as he's pressing the Venezuelan, I noticed the Venezuelan, like, he does something, he leaves, he like cussing out, he comes back, and then still causing beef with Gabe. And as he comes back, there's another guy behind him. There's a darker person. I'm not sure if he's Colombian or Venezuelan, but I noticed another person, and he was not smiling. He was not asking questions. He had a serious look on his face. So I'm like, all right, this is like, all right, we don't know what they got. I said, yo, Gabe, you have to calm down. You have to de-escalate, yo, Gabe, because we don't know what they got. We don't know who else is calling. And then as I'm saying that, there's two more people in the back. All right, so I'm like, all right, because if the first punch is thrown, I'm one of those type of individual, man. If I consider you a homie, I'm not going to let you get jumped. But if it's justified and you did something stupid that deserved it, you have to get your lumps. But for the sake of this, I was like, nah, I can't let this guy get jumped, man. Like, it will seem kind of wrong. It's like I can't let this guy get jumped. So I told so let's see if we can talk this out. So I talked to the Venezuelan and I said, no, tranquilo, 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 mi amigo, right, right. I said I had to bring him out the corner, separate them. Said, tranquilo, mi amigo. I said, oh, this guy, no, like I couldn't understand a word he was saying. He was just rambling and just going on, and then the Spanish was coming on. It was the Spanish fast. The fast, angry Spanish. And I said, I couldn't, like, look, look, look. I said, mira, 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 mira. He said, you can have a drink. See? I said, yeah, yeah, all right, then it's not your fault. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I said, no, he tried to accuse me. I said, like, even if they're in the wrong, even if they're in the wrong, they're in their home court, right? So you have to big them up. So that's why sometimes if I'm in the country, I'll be saying something like, "Oh man, you guys are the best people on the planet," because sometimes when people like their some people like their horn tooted. You know what I'm saying? They like to be bigged up and make themselves feel like they're the most important people on the planet. Well, we know it's not so. But you out of courtesy and respect, sometimes people like a big compliment. So I used that on the Venezuelan. I said, look, man, you cool. You hung out with us, He said you can have the drinks. He didn't specify, how much, what was enough. He didn't tell you that. So you're not wrong. Which, you know, like, come on, you shouldn't have been drinking. Like the shots were at least $3 though, but I think my man got like, yo, he was drinking, man. All these shots, man, and then they had these long ones. Yeah, feed their ego to make them feel better. So I'm like, look, man, it's all good, bro. He said you can have the drink, you can have the drink, tranquilo, no problema. And he was starting to calm down and just a little. Said, yeah. And then I told Gabe, said, yo, Gabe, you told him. I said, you said you can have a drink. Said, yeah, 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 but I didn't tell him that. Nah, man, you told him you had a drink. I told you to close your tab out. But because what it is, right? In super shots, right? The bartender, they knew what was going on, right? But I think this happens throughout Colombia. They knew what was going on, but because you're the gringo, they expect you as a gringo to handle the situation or pay the bill. So it is what it is. So that's why I told homie and said, "Yo, close your tab because if you want to press on these and like get confrontational, what's going to end up happening? You're going to lose. No matter how right you are, you're going to lose in this situation because what is there due process over there? How's the law go over there? A lot of these people do street justice. What street justice? Maybe it's their own street justice. So that was like, nah, we can't really feed into this. We have to handle this a little better, Gabe. Right? And like I said earlier, man, you see Gabe and he's a happy individual. But when he gets angry, yo, he's about to fight. So now I told him tranquilo, tranquilo. So the guy says, so the Venezuelan calms down and says, "You are a good person." Gave me a hug. I'm like, all right, bro, give you a hug. Him, bad. You, good person. And then he left with his buddies. And I think when he left, it might have been like five of them, bro. It might have been five of them. I couldn't count. All I know is that I started to get a little nervous. Cause like, dang, am I going to have to fight? Let's see if we can handle this with words first, because I'm not going to let you get jumped, but I don't want to fight. And we're in Colombia. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what they got on them. We don't know who's on whose side. So it's like it's just going to be us two, right? And then there was some other people. There's some other people that said, "Yo, you want us?" Like, nah, man, I can't get you involved. You know, I said I brought you guys out. I'm with him, and I told his girl I have his back. So it's like, look, man, if you're going down, I'm gonna have to go down too. But for me, I was like, nah, I want to see how we can avoid this. We avoided that situation. That was a scary situation. So like with Austin Holleman situation, um, with him going back and forth, that kind of did feel a little bit. But generally speaking, if you can quash it, if you can put like, dirt over that fire to cover those coals, that would be a best option. Absolutely, for those that are watching. Mr. Decker says Americans may have a height advantage, but we still have so much against us unless a local will intervene on our behalf. I agree. I agree. I look at these guys and I'm like, like we could sneeze on these people and they go flying though. But yo, think about it like this, right? Have you guys heard of the story Mexican got on boots? Who seen that skit? Mexican got on boots, and we know how short Mexicans are. Mexican got on boots. For those who don't know, right? It's a skit about a comedian talking about. I'm not sure if it's a true story, but most of comedy derives from true stories. So he was talking about his experience in prison as a black man, and he got jumped by Mexicans. And we know Mexicans are short folk, right? But you can ask Razor raise this. I tell him, so look, I don't mess with the Mayans. I don't mess with. I'm trying not to anger anybody with the Mayan bloodline because them guys, man. Like, look, if you seen what how Mexicans run with cartels, I ain't messing with those guys. If I know that there's a history of that within the country, like if I go to Mexico and I know there's a history that something can pop off, this is what they're notorious for, right? And you don't know who's an ex, member of whatever sort of group. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who knows who. But we know that there is a history. More or less here, the situation, what happened to Austin Holleman up in Cartagena. Cartagena has a history. We can talk about had, but they still have a history. They are still going through whatever it is, and then the mayor cleaned up what we known as ex trafficking, what happened over there. And a lot of them were, you know, children. So there's a history. We don't know who this guy is or if he was involved in any type of way. Um, but we don't know. We don't know. We don't know who the guy is, what he knows. All we know is that he spoke English, which is a big indicator that he deals with foreigners in a type of way. Else, why do you need to know English if you don't deal with foreigners in Cartagena? What do you do? We don't know. We know that the guy's there, and his main concern was don't record. Why don't you want us to record? Why are you telling a gringo this? Right? In full conversation. So it's like, okay, these guys might know something. That already alone was a red flag. The fact that you're talking to me in English and you telling me not to do something was a huge giveaway that something bad was going to happen. So wait, you're a local and you're speaking to me in English, don't record? Oh, snap. That is, you know? But I don't know how to respond in that situation though. So M. Lavo said he's there to protect the block. Yeah, who knows? He probably might be lookout. Mr. Darkus Navigator says, always assume you will get bum rush from his people out of no. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I hate to bring this up, man. I really do hate to bring this up. So Austin Holleman has said in like a couple of live streams, right? There was this one, and there was another one about his traveling, his travel resume about where he been. And I also said, look, it doesn't matter. I have a United States travel resume and overseas resume as well. I'm not going to be like, yo, I'm going to disregard everything that this country is about because my resume should overshadow what your country is. I don't think that's fair to say that, in my honest opinion. But I'm going to respect it. I'm going to take the travel knowledge and apply tactics to keep myself safe. I'm not just going to roll up into a Times Square or a town square and just look, let me break the rules for a second. Yeah, it's cleaned up though, but the street got their own rules. The favelas got their own rules, right? We can't walk up into Brazil favela and record. Although you in de Janeiro, you can record in the street though. But look, you go up to those favelas. Hey, the law of the land, you can record, right? But the favelas got their own rules, just like the clock tower, man. Clock Tower have their own rules at nighttime. Daytime is a tourist zone. Nighttime is a whole different beast. So if you want to record at nighttime, you would have to take your own risk and use different precautions. As you guys see me, I had my for most of my recordings. If I can't like have something in my hand, sometimes I have the clip, and sometimes I turn the light off so people don't know I'm recording, even though it still might be recording. Right? So it may record or may not be recording. Who knows? But by the way, I lost that in Cartagena. I was a little salty about that. But yeah, um, every city has their own rules, bro. Do you like even here in the states? Do you guys remember what happened during like I guess what we call the Summer of Love in 2020? With the major protests and what happened in Seattle, down in Capitol Hill, the autonomous zone that even cops couldn't get inside. Yeah, Seattle there's rules in Seattle, but if the cops couldn't get in autonomous zone in our own backyards, nah, nah, man, like nah, like if you think about it like that, if you want to take that excuse, oh, I've been to multiple countries, I've been to multiple cities, I should have the right to record. Think about what happened in 2020 alone, when even police couldn't get into Seattle Capitol Hill, right? And the police should have jurisdiction. But nah, they made that an autonomous zone. The people themselves made that their own personal zone, and nobody can go in and out. And I think two people had their software uninstalled, right? One person I know for sure had their software uninstalled, and paramedics couldn't get inside. And that's within our own backyard in the United States of America. M. Lavel says he was there to protect the girls because he knows they were hustling and they have little vitriol for Americans. Which is why, if you heard her tone of voice, porque grabas, and she got a little annoyed, going in Austin's ear, while the other person is getting a little close and confrontational. Sometimes, I, I kid you not, sometimes I look at them and I want to hit them like for being annoying, but you got to respect them. If these are the rules, it is what it is. Be calm, be cool, collected, and adapt. That's how you will survive. Those who adapt survive the longest. M Level says you will get bum rushed. They stick together. Absolutely. He also says you're at least smart enough to disguise it. I appreciate that, but I try my best to make sure if it's something, if I know I can't get something good, if I can't get a good film out of it, I'll respect it to an extent, right? John Horse says Austin is king of the simps. I'm just recording on based off of what I see. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinions, man, but that's not how you Colombia. I looked at this and said, it's not how you Colombia, man. If the guy be like, why are you recording? All right, cool. Just all right, no doubt. Keep it moving. Just keep walking or so. I wouldn't even have engaged. I probably would have pretended I didn't hear him and keep it moving. Or you're like, or even show him himself. See, I'll probably like, look. I'm just recording myself. You just show and really show him that I'm recording myself. But said I understand. Like, look, and then talk to the guy. Who knows? I could have been a future connect for something legal, right? Got to say it out there. That could have been a future connect for something. Or if you want someone to watch your back, or if you want behind the scenes, right? You'd be like, look, man, I apologize. Like I said, even if you know you're not in the wrong, and I know a lot of us men, our testosterone gets up there and we just like want to fight. But yo, A soft answer, man, turn for away strife, man. I've learned that a long time ago, and I still stuck to me, man. So with that, I be like, look, man. I mean, Austin tried to, but I guess the guy took it like, oh, you being a wise guy. Oh, where should I record? Oh, you being a wise guy. I would have opened up with an apology. Look, man, I meant no harm. I'm just one of those guys that's so excited. Have you guys read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People? That is a great book. And I'm not saying it as like a tactic to manipulate people, but it teaches you how to really engage with somebody, especially if you know that they're irate. If they're irate and and that the type of individual that I know I can be a hothead. So sometimes you just gotta stop, woo soft, count to yourselves for a bit, and then from there on, like, look, proceed. Look, man, look, I apologize, man. I meant no harm. Look, I'm one of those type of individuals that's really excited. Generally I really was recording myself, and if you really wanted to, yeah, man, here's my channel. You can check it out, man. You can see everything that I'm doing, man. And if you really want to, say, look, man, I just wanted to know, like, what are the best places to record, man. Like, I didn't mean no harm about this. I mean to disrespect you or the muchachas here, man. I love Colombians, man. I've been to many cities in Colombia. Look, man, I would have sweet talked it up, man, and like, look, man, like, your people have been friendly, which is true. Which is why I like going back to Colombia, because I've made genuine connections, bro. I met genuine connections to the point that, look, man, I enjoy it, and I think he acts. I don't. He doesn't see why people go back, but I go back because I made genuine connections, and there are people worth going back and visiting. That's just me, because I have that one-on-one connection. So that issue with him and that the other guy, now, as we were analyzing, it's like, he definitely could have handled that better, because it seemed like in the beginning he was being confrontational, and old dude was like, "Whoops!" And old dude was like, "I'm not having it. I'm definitely not having it." And it's sad though, because you see that, you think you're rooting for the guy, and you want him to enjoy the country, right? Because a lot of us tuned in, because a lot of us like Colombia. A lot of us are Colombia vets too, right? So when I see this, I'm like, oh man, like, you want him to like it, but when for his reasons for not liking it, come on, that's not a good enough reason. You know? How many people remember SPK lifestyle? And that he was one of the guys that I'm reading in the comments. M. Larvo says, at J Horse, I'm beginning to draw that conclusion. Others are starting to see this. He simply begs and complains online all day. M. Larvo also says all right, he's mad he can't record in the countries. Uh, he says he's mad he can't record in their countries, in their hood, with their rules. I mean, that's why you got to make connections, in my honest opinion. I think the best bet is to, like, get friends so they can bring you into those favelas, so they can bring you into those uncharted territories, so you can get what you can. But I understand, some of this content could be a little risque. I first was watching it, Razor Rays, back in the Matrix. What's going on, Rays? I first was watching this, and I was like, yeah, it would have been better if he had a connect or a Chica with him to record with, because I know the first time I went to why is my phone blowing up? The first time I went to Cartagena, I had a chica with me, and that gave me a whole lot of confidence to record, because then it looks like I'm not creep camming. So, with that being said, all right, they already see that I have an attractive lady with me. I'm recording our night together. If everybody else gets recorded, you got to find ways around this, bro. It is. You got to find ways around this so you can, like, override some of these things. These are cheat codes at life. Yeah, you can do the solo streaming stuff, but to do IRL streaming is very challenging, man. And I was watching because look, I come from the video game industry, right? The fighting game community, whatever. So when I watch these streamers go around doing the IRL streaming, I'm like, these guys a little bit. They have all this energy, but they got a crew around them, right? You either see like two other people behind them, and that kind of brings that personality when they're doing the IRL streaming. Most of them I've seen it. There was one person that I seen. Thank you, Rays. Let's get the likes up. There was one person that I seen that was doing the real life streaming that was out in the fields, and he was just going crazy. I think where was he? Where was he? He might have been in an Asian country, and that's how I first was like, "Oh, this is a unique idea for people to go out and record." But Rays says, "Get the likes up." We gonna listen to Rays. Rays with the $2 super chat. Rays or Rays, right? It's a face of fun. I'm getting a little excited. My fault. Right. So we're gonna put that $2 in the El Salvador fund. If you guys was at my last live stream, we was talking a lot about El Salvador, but yeah, I'm going to El Salvador in the future so we can have some more stuff to talk about. But Ray says, you get into arguments doing IRL streaming, and I agree. Um, when you streaming like this, you can get into arguments. When you're streaming like this, guys, you can't control your environment. You can only control it so much. You can control around yourself, like what you wear, how you address other folk. You can control yourself and how you interact with other people, but you can't control the environment, what's going on. You got what I'm saying? So that's where it becomes very risk. And then you open up the floodgates to be criticized by a lot of people. I kid you not. Look, I'm here doing this stream right now. We're doing commentary based off of this live stream because you can't cut and edit. We seeing everything. So it's a double-edged sword. Yes, you're going to get a lot of views, but if people who have their best that doesn't have their best interest for you, it can get a little dangerous for you on your end because then look, man, it could make or break you these type of streams, and you got to really conduct yourself really accordingly when you're out there because then you have an audience. You have 300 plus people watching. I don't remember how many people watching or was watching, but you have so many people watching. You got to set an example. That's how I see it. So if I was out there and let's say I happen to have like 300 plus people watching, and I know that you know I'm a famous individual. Let's I can't call a spade, right? If I'm a famous individual that has gone viral, and I know that eventually that there's some people that's going to be watching me per se, I'm going to have to conduct myself, like politics. It sucks, but if I'm doing these type of streams, you got to be a little political about it, so that way you can save face in case something else happens. So, but I would have to say, hey, look, he diffused it. He left, but it did bother him as we're gonna continue to go on. M Lavo with the $5 super chat. You're good peoples. I just subbed. Living in NYC, we learn social cues, respect, and being socially aware. It protects your life. I love Colombia. Yo, M Lavo, I appreciate the super chat. Raise, I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate the likes. Yeah, like I said, y'all. Being a New Yorker really does help, but I wouldn't say that I throw all the rules away. A lot of us travelers that go to Colombia, a lot of us in the travel space are New Yorkers. Yo, let's call it yo, look, yo, for real, for real, for real. A lot of us out there are from New York. A lot of us are New Yorkers. Look, my my Metro court over there, son. You know what's up, right? So a lot of the New Yorkers that's out there, some of us got out there, bro. Point, case in point, case in point, case in point. One of Austin's favorite cities is Santiago, Chile. What happened to the brother in Brooklyn? Ray's talked about it. Ray's talked about it. What happened to that brother from Brooklyn? What was he doing? He wasn't doing IRL streaming, but he definitely was recording. What happened to that brother? Rest in peace to that brother because he was enjoying himself. He thought he was in a zone that was considered touristy, right? Santiago, Chile is a tourist destination, but there are some places that you just can't go, man. Unfortunately, unless you make the connection that gives you that proper unless you make the connection that gives you that proper um permission, right? Like I said about Brazil, you need permission to go to the favelas. No one is stopping you from going to yourself, but look, man, you can choose to ignore reality, but you cannot control the consequences of choosing to ignore reality. I'm going to say that again. You can choose to ignore reality, but you cannot complain, whine, murmur, whatever about choosing to ignore. You cannot complain, murmur of the consequences that occur for choosing to ignore that reality. With that being said, Cartagena is definitely tourist friendly. It was my first Colombian city because I believed it was tourist friendly enough for me to get my feet wet to see what it's like to try out other countries, which ultimately Cali ended up being my favorite country. Yeah, I talk about it all the time. You've seen it in my intro as well and all of that good stuff. I fell in love with Colombia after going into Cali, and it wasn't even about the chicas. The chicas was just an added bonus, man. Was an added bonus. And you want to know how it is? There's this one, my salsa instructor, such grace, beautiful face, and the way how they move when they dance, it just, you're like, yo, it just made me feel happy as an individual. Then you're going out and you hanging out. Like, bro, I fell in love with Cali, man. Let me tell you another secret, too, right? That even though I'm a pro I can't. All right, I'm a traveler, right? I'm not no professional traveler. I just have travel experience. So even though I'm an experienced traveler, I would consider myself an experienced traveler, right? 26 states in the United States, about 5 countries in my belt. I've been to Italy, Jamaica, where my folks are from, territories, Puerto Rico territories, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, um, Colombia, right? That's six. Well, yeah, five. Five countries, a territory, and then 26 states in the United States, right? I've been there, so I can say, right, I'm traveled enough to understand that there's certain places that there's certain way how I do things, but I still gonna act like a novice, like I've never traveled before if I go to a new place. For example, um, although I didn't do it the first time, when I got stranded in Cartagena and I had to find an emergency spot to stay, and I just pulled out my phone without lighting internet. I found like I went to Juan Valdez Cafe, and I was talking to my folks. I said, "Yo, look, I'm trapped over here. I don't know what I need to do. I've got to figure this out." And then I pulled out my phone. The closest hostel was 2 minutes. No, yeah, 2 minutes around the corner. I said, "Look, man, I'll just go over here." And that's how I also fell in love with the country because this is how I understood how traveling was, right? Traveling is fun when you have other people to fellowship with. Look, some people may agree to disagree, but traveling is fun when you have other people to really chill with, man, because it gets this profession that we do, if you don't have a chica by your side, it gets lonely, man. Some people flourish that way, but it gets lonely. So, how you beat that boredom? If you start at a hostel, you're instantly making friends. You have a roommate, you make friends with the receptionist, you make friends with other travelers. Yo, high tier. Hostels are high tier, bro, and it's heavily underrated. It is heavily underrated. Eric with a $5 super chat. Salute. He says, if the Ray Beans Meta live stream sunglasses worked for YouTube, it would be serious. It'll be a serious change to IRL gaming. Only works for Instagram and Facebook live streams. Bro, yo, imagine, man. Imagine if those glasses worked for that. Yo, imagine, bro. Yo, Mm. I ponder about that. We're gonna get to that eventually, but yo, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Eventually, those glasses, I'm gonna call it, yo, I'm gonna say it first. Eventually, those glasses are gonna have data service. You can probably pay for subscription plan. So you can actually tap in like it's Iron Man, bro. No, it's like it's Iron Man. You can tap in, you have your internet in your glasses, and then boom, you out there, IRL streaming. Yo, that's gonna be game breaking, bro. Kid you not, that's gonna be game breaking. But yeah, let me get back to my point, man. As we're talking about this situation, what happened to our dear brother Austin. Um, be it as it may, some people like it, some people don't like it, you know. But it seems like he'll do well having travel buddies with him. And you guys are choosing the wrong time to call me. It'll do him well if he has travel buddies to go with him. Like some people think that him and Floyd is a good duo. Hey, they tackled down Santiago Chile together. Him and his Jason, I think his name is. Him and Jason, they tackled down Paraguay and Bolivia. I think him with friends live streaming works out pretty well. Though he's his own man with his, running his own business, his own brand, it works out well for him doing what he does. But certain situations, you kind of want a buddy, which is why, like, if you was going to do IRL streaming and you don't know the law of the land, you probably might want to have like a chaperone with you. That's just my honest opinion. For those who want to try or attempt this, a chaperone will go like we'll go lengths, man. Look. Like a lot of majority of my videos, when I'm in some place very foreign, you see me with somebody else. Why? Because they know the law of the land. They know what's up. They know what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. So that way, I don't get caught up. Hey, like I said, he has a travel resume that's longer than mine. But even if I have the sign, like eventually, I know we're going to see multiple countries. But even if I get to that point where I get to see multiple countries, and let's say I go to someplace new, I'm still going to treat it like it's someplace new that I've never been before. That it's like my first time traveling. You get what I'm saying? M. Labo says it's better and safer. He has to learn to get along with people and work with a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. Honestly speaking, it does go a long way. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying that there's so much that he could have done to like really elevate this. And I think, if you have that little sidekick with you, it makes good for a good channel, in my honest opinion. You're going around, you know, like you guys being a fool together. I think it'll be fun. Like if me and Ray's meet up, son, yo, it's gonna be cool. So yo, let's dual stream, bro. Dual streaming, go down Costa Rica, or I mean, he's gonna go to a lot of places. Or we meet up somewhere one of these days and we'll do a live stream together. I think it's good having like a teammate with you because it adds to the channel, and not only that, you guys are keeping each other safe. And I think sometimes it's good to have like a better half. Like if you was going to do something that's going to, you know, that's probably what others will deem inappropriate. You can have your buddy out there to check you and keep you in line. You know what I'm saying? You check each other. So yeah, I think working in a team works really well. But sometimes, we get a little hard headed and a little arrogant at times. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking him, but like from what I noticed, it seemed like maybe his demeanor, his stoicism is was a little too strong. That it seemed like, if somebody was to say something, he doesn't care. It seems like it. I watched it and I'm like, it really looks like he doesn't, heed advice too well because I guess, he's the expert. I mean, I guess not verbatim, but I guess he says because of his travel resume, he knows better. So I mean, sometimes, honest, Austin, if you're watching this, sometimes people know stuff better than we can even imagine. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like, if your chat is looking out for you, man, you can't really just, you know, undermine it. Like I have another video I was going to talk about, and it's like him in Copacabana Beach. No, 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 not that, not that. I'm thinking about Brazil. It's him in Hollywood Beach, and it's it's the situation where dudes pull up. He sits down on one of the umbrellas at the beach, and they overcharge him. And when the chat is like, yo, it was ruthless, man. The chat was really trying to school dude. It was like, yo, man, you can't do that in Cartagena, and that's, I think, I don't know if he was just doing that because we thinks that, like, the audience was trolling him, or he was just trolling us back. But we was like, nah, that's not how you work. You can't just bring people back to your apartment. I was like, look, I don't know if it was for content, y'all, but I was watching the stream when he didn't have cash on him, and the guys wanted their money, and he said he only had card, he only had efectivo, and I'm watching this. I'm like, yo, how's he gonna get out this situation? Some of his people was like, yo, just split. I wouldn't have gone as far as to bring them back to my base. If I already brought them back to my base, I've already would have deemed my base as compromised, and I would have left that base that same day. Because now, not only did it inconvenience him to bring the people back to his base, it inconvenienced the Airbnb host, and the people were trying to, like constructive criticism. We, like, they all were trying to give him, like, look, that is not the play. And his response, I was a little disappointed about. I'm like, you just can't say you've been to like 26 countries, you know. I've been to 26 countries, and use that as your justification for bringing these people back to your home base. No, man, no, no, Gussa, you can't bring them back to that place. I would not have, like, look, bro, I've been. Ah, man, it really did. It really did. Like, why should I care, right? Why should I care? He doesn't know me, right? And I don't know him on a personal level, right? But from somebody who's been into the space for a while, and for someone who is a avid traveler, who watch Razor's news channel and hear what happens to folks in Colombia that gets caught slipping, right? It's like, bro, we heard about the dude that was the black brother who was crossing the street, who got pulled up on by two, like a kid on a moto and another person, pulled his chain. The brother fought back and he got clipped. We heard about in Cartagena. We heard about to the late Timothy Reed. We heard about what happened to the Brooklyn brother in Santiago, Chile, right? We heard about then now the other situations with the scopolamine and all of that. Yeah, but we heard about these situations. And I wish his brother was watching right now, though. But we heard about what happened to um Obiland now. Obiland, he said in his last video, he's on the run, right? Because his work is so risque that he even though the law is there, the people law, the street justice law is like, look, we don't want you recording our people. And Obiland, for our benefit, he interviews these people, he reports them, he exposes most of these people. Now he's in danger for basically, I guess, keeping us safe, so that way we don't make the same mistakes. You get what I'm saying? So even him, an experienced traveler who's lived over in Medellin, I don't know where he is now, right? But who's lived in Colombia for a long time, has to now, go ghost and like disappear for a bit, because Colombians don't play. So when you see something like this, and in Austin saying that we in a tourist zone, we in a tourist zone, why should I go out there? Like, why should I not go out there and record? It's because other people has different laws, man. It is what it is, bro. If you want it your way, you can go to Burger King. Burger King, you can have it your way. You can have it your way in Burger King. M. Lavel says, no man is an island. Every man should have a network. Isolation in life is a dangerous period. Yeah, he even says, even a genius asks questions. Homie is a little too arrogant. That's why That's why life is showing him now. He is getting hard earned life lessons. And he says, you can't mold the world into your liking. And he also says he demonstrates what they hate about us most. Um, yeah, arrogance, man. It's the one reason why it's the one reason why most people don't like Kirk Cass too, because he's another individual that, oh my gosh, that is so blatant with his on with his content. Though he has a strategy, and his energy and how he carries himself is the one that you can't really mess with. But me as an individual, I'm like, come on, bro. That is, even if the locals themselves like, look, they don't recommend you should do this, and you go ahead. The taxi man says, look, I'll take you where you need to go, but I don't recommend you go up there. And how the dude just straight up brushed off what the Colombian taxi man said, and then went up into Siloe, like solo dolo. He got content out of it. He got clicks, views, and likes. But yo, man, you only get one life in this world, man. And I think for that one reason, I'm like, man, I mean, hey, it's YouTube. You don't know who I am. It doesn't matter whether I like you or not. You're still gonna do your thing. But I'm like, bro, I would not recommend anybody to go out there and do this. Like what Kurt Kaz is doing, that display that Austin did. I mean, I'd have to say it, man. Like I wouldn't have engaged the way how he did it, you know. And like I said, SBK lifestyle. He had one minor incident when he was in Medellin and he left the entire country and said, "Nah, that doesn't justify leaving the entire country." Come on, man. So let me go. Let me go to the part where he talks about it when he.
People in your ear saying, get off, stop recording. That's why I'm getting the fuck out of here.
So I mean, to be fair, he did say that it was his last day, but I don't know if he was like trying to find a reason whether or not to extend his stay, and I don't know what the reason is, but give it as it is, man. I see it, and I didn't agree with it 100%. I think at this point, I think he really lets us know how he feels at this point.
Yeah, me fucked up. And he was trying to walk closer, like, bro, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, see, he did say it. It's exactly as I said. It's exactly as I said it. He pulled up closer. I'm like, yo, why this guy is pulling up to you? I would de-escalate. I don't know how I act in that situation. I have to be fair. I don't know how I would act, but I know my first reaction is to de-escalate, be friendly. If I can't avoid the situation, I have to throw down. Then I'll have to throw down, and then we'll worry about that later. M Level says he acts like he's on all his. He acts like this on all his lives. I can only watch for a little bit. I drop gems to help him. Hope he reads them. Yeah, I understand. We all try to, but I think what it is that I guess I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the clout. I don't know if this is how he always has been when it comes to receiving instruction or receiving advice. But he did say that he has some personal issues that he's going to work on, and I really do hope. And I did comment on that, and I said, look, man, don't let anybody clown you for for seeking like professional help if you need it for certain things, because you only have yourself. I think I said that comment on him. Maybe he reads it, maybe he doesn't read it, but I'm like, look, man, we all people on the internet. And I guess he knows that we're all people on the internet, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be you know, because as a man in this world, you know, nobody's going to worry about us. Nobody cares about you. Nobody going to ask when you got your plate of food. You know, you ain't going to get that type of affection unless it's like from like a parent that truly loves you. But other than that, if you don't have that connection with like your folks, it's just you in this world. And if you're gonna seek like help to in order to like be more relatable to people and all that, go for it. 100%, I support you getting what you need getting done. But I still have to comment on what we see and how things could have been avoided.
Weighed like 60 pounds, first of all. But second, we anyway, Copacabana. That's like being at Copacabana.
All right. He also says something here that, like, look, that reasoning doesn't make sense.
Shit, Brazil is safer. When you for a tourist, at the most in Brazil, if you're a tourist, at the most, somebody would snatch my phone on a motorcycle. Here, you can be at Copacabana. That's like being at Copacabana Beach. And somebody says, "Oh, stop recording the beach." What the fuck did I come to Brazil for? That's another reason why I'm glad I'm a man and not a woman too, because I couldn't imagine being in that situation being a woman.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. There's rules to that, and the rules in around the clock tower is, yeah, don't record like nighttime. Let it rock, bro. That's between them and their government, however they choose to. So now there's rumors saying that I think he was irate because of how the mayor cleaned up Cartagena. There's not as much women of the night that you'll see out there or people that hang out there, and I think a couple of clubs was involved in a lot like some fishy stuff. So some people they don't want to be out there because maybe they don't want their abuela seeing them on live. Maybe they don't want friends or family seeing them. Maybe they don't want evidence pulled out against them. So for that, I'm like, look, that's between you and your government, whatever y'all do. So if you don't want to be involved in like a situation like that, and if they ask you, all right, man, it is what it is. But I think that just was a quick confrontation. If that is, I'm like, all right, bro, I'm just gonna get out of here. Go to his. I'm like, I'm gonna go out of here. I'm gonna go to Gethsemane and whatever because Gethsemane is pretty much, Gethsemane is that spot where none of the stuff that happens in the clock tower happens. In my experience, I haven't seen something like that happen in Gethsemane. But M Level says exactly that's what he needs to learn. You mean nothing to people who are living through their own lives in their own world. You're a nobody to them. They don't know us. He acts like they do. They don't care. Yeah. About that is like, look, man, everybody has their own lives, and we can only protect ourselves, man. But I do think it was a good idea that he did. All right, let me just leave the clock tower. But it did bother him because even when he was in Peru, he was talking about the situation. So I can tell that that really did bother him greatly.
Because you saw he didn't do shit. Now, as a woman, he probably would have got real bold and shit. Yep, do what I was doing. If I was trying to fight, I would have been like, "Oh, so what the fuck you gonna? I'm not gonna record. What you gonna do?" That would have been me escalating into a fight. I mean, I've been complaining the whole time I've been here. They don't understand my Spanish. Nothing.
I'm not gonna lie though. There's some times in Colombia where you ask them something and they don't know what you're saying. It gets a little annoying. Like I was at a supermarket and I asked, um maybe I said it wrong. I was trying to see like donde está la canila? Where is the cinnamon? And the lady was like, canila, la canina, canila, canila. Said canila, la lina. I'm like canila. And then the guy said, "Oh yeah, come, come, come." I'm like y'all don't know what cinema. Like I ain't gonna lie, there'll be some situations where that happened, and that kind of annoyed me. I but maybe like I said, maybe it was a combination of a lot of things that kind of like irked at him, and then altogether he was like, "Nah, I'm out."
I literally was at a restaurant earlier, and the chick asked what I wanted. I didn't have time for the "Oh, I don't understand your accent" stuff, so I pointed at the menu. She literally couldn't read the menu. It was like, "I don't know." I said, "Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. I can't do it. I just can't."
And yeah, I think from this point on, he goes on the rant of everything that was annoying him.
Muse. That was a shit. Let's go buy a plane ticket somewhere else. That's what we about to do. I ain't got time for this. Fuck this shit. Uh-uh. Let's go back to the crib, buy a plane ticket. Fuck this shit. You gotta, in order to get some pussy, you gotta have a homeboy. Can't record in the tourist zone. Dangerous. Come on, bro.
So I don't know if that was what he was looking for, but I mean, there's rules to this, you know. Um, in Colombia, they work like they say it's not a hookup culture unless you like. I mean, look, there's going to be some individuals that, you know, they'll probably give it up, but what they expect, you know, they expect to be some. Most of them kind of expect the courting process, or you know, someone to really take care of them, or something like that, or through social circles. You meet them. Most of the people that I met in Cali are in social circles as it is, so it is, you know, it takes work. So I know if you're trying to sample the rainbow, pause. If you're trying to sample the buffet, like you know, from everything else, I mean, if you really want a genuine person, and if you want a genuine person, it's going to take time. All good things all good things take time to flourish. You know what I'm saying? A tree doesn't sprout out in like a day. You know what I'm saying? With good nurturing, good watering, you get a tree that has some good fruit. If you want somebody that's already pre-prepared, pre-packaged, like your instant ramen noodles, you're probably going to have to pay for that, in my honest opinion. I mean, it's not impossible. You can take some risk, but you know, you you're going to have to take some time, man. So, like, look, even if you use Tinder, right? Because look, I'm you use Tinder. I haven't used in Bumble, but if you use Tinder, right, you have to vet those people that you use Tinder on. So it still takes time. It's not going to be like saying that you still have to vet them. You got to know if this person is, you know, a prepago, or if this person is uh working for with a criminal sort of enterprise that's trying to target foreigners. So it's like you have to. It's going to take time regardless if you want to meet like general connections, or yeah, because if you go out in the field, which I have done, right there in the clock tower, I've met a nice Venezuelan woman. A nice, I can't speak. I met a nice Venezuelan woman by one of the ice cream shots, and that was by accident. It's because I was trying to hide from them dumb kids. I shouldn't say that. But yo, dumb kids, the kids that can be a little annoying, right? I was trying to hide from those children, and one of them, I said, "Look, man, I'm gonna try to get this kid off of me." He said, "Look, you want some ice cream? I got you on ice cream." And I bought the kid some ice cream, and the Venezuelan that was over there, you know, she took a liking to that, and then look, we hit it off like that, and then I mean, stuff's still gonna take time because she still has to figure out the type of person that you are, and plus it's Cartagena, so like it's still challenging. Like, oh, you're in Cartagena, like so, like I said, there's like if I go back to Cartagena, it's pretty much like legitly one real person that I'll go back for, because most of the people that I know has already done left. So if you're in Cartagena, best bet start off at the hostel, make some friends, figure out what you guys are going to do together, right? And if you want to meet locals, just know it's going to take some time. M. Lavo says he's looking for Nirvana. No place is perfect. He's unsatisfied. He's not getting the girls he wants, and he's frustrated. He has to P for P, and it frustrates him. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's that part. And I think the last video that I kind of want to review is the one on the beach where he brings people back, and the chat was kind of going crazy. Was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Um, yeah, honestly, I have the video here. I don't have the chat log, but the chat was going in on him like, "Nah, bro, this is not what you do." People, there were some people that were kind of clowning him. I think he kind of got triggered by that, and I think that's when he said his travel resume right there. But let's see, I think it's. Was it here?
You got a roommate to that will say, oh, I guess we about to get ran over by the car.
So there was quite a few people that I seen in this video over here, and this bro, a whole bunch of people that I don't know. I'm friendly to an extent, but I'm not following a bunch of randos. I'm not following a bunch of randos to like no unknown location. You're sure as heck not going in the taxi with me. But we're running through this. That's what he says. He don't go out with no card or crash. So if you need something in the card, nah. See, if he happens to get robbed, he needs something at the crib. That that alone, let me full screen myself. Don't do that, guys. Do not do that. Yo, if all of your life, right? I think he has a burner phone. So if you relying on your phone in order to function, to do whatever you have to do to make business transactions, do not carry just the phone with your card on it. Because if these guys steal your phone, bro, the NFC is still open. They can still tap tap tap, run up your card or whatever have you. Your card is not safe if it's on the phone. Yeah, there's passwords, but they can still hack it. You better off carrying cash on you, because a cash is not digital. It's not attached to whoever you are as an entity, as an individual. Cash separates you from who you are. The card, then your information's out there, and that's it. They can get into the bank or whatever have you. Like, look, bro, it's scary. You can't do that. You heard that? Let me play it back.
Oh, I guess we about to get ran over by the car. I don't go out with no card or cash because if I ever get robbed, nigga, I need something at the crib.
You need something at the crib. Always carry, like, at least in Colombia, I carry like what, 100 mil peso. How much is 100 mil peso? CLP to USD. That's $25, bro. I know a lot of y'all have like at least $20 in your pocket, bro, or $100 in your pocket. Come on now, come on, Austin, man.
That's not hard to understand. Hold on. Look at them legs over there.
So what I believe he's doing now in this video is he's looking for a place where I guess he can redeem paying by card. Like, I guess treat it like an ATM. Treat his phone like an ATM, and then you know pay for his goods and services that they do at the beachfront. But that was his mistake. And at this point, his own moderators were said, look, bro, um, like I said, I don't have the chat log, but his own moderators said, look, one of your own mods is over there. He knows Colombia. Give him a call or listen to him. And he says that you can't give him a call because he's on live. But there was a lot that could have been fixed. Because I understand the need to be cautious though, but you have to have cash on you.
Never mind. Paga pronto para todo. See, I just paid for their food instead because we doing too much goddamn walking around. Sí, tú quieres comida. ¿De comida, sí? Sí. Pues sí. So he's gonna ride to the house. We gotta walk.
So they want something. I pretty much want to butcher that translation though, but I think they they just want cash. I heard efectivo. I know that they're looking for cash. My Spanish isn't the greatest, but maybe because I'm playing it too fast. You can give them cash and then you can leave, I believe.
Pues sí. So he's gonna drive to the house. We gotta walk all the way back. Let's see the world out of player. Okay, okay. No, 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 no. Let's see the world taxi, the player. Acá, sí.
So at this point, his chat was going nuts. And I was like, and hands was in my face and said, "Yo, what's happening now?"
What was these comments? Don't tell me to look at it. Just sending people sending comments like 10 comments a second, bro.
Because we see the writing on the wall. That's why people's going nuts at this point.
Tengo el enderezo, sí.
What's the name of your hotel? What's the name of your hotel? He's asking.
Sí, sí, sí.
What happened there? The sounds out.
Yeah, Floyd keep cash. Floyd also got robbed.
That's not how you move, man. You still look, man. As a black man, there are so many ways how. Oh man, that's not how you do it, man. That's how you not Colombia. This is how you not Colombia. This is how you not Colombia. Like, if you're worried about the cash situation, bro, you have footwear slipping in your sock. Look, I made a whole video, but he's shirtless, so it wouldn't have mattered. I made a whole video, and by the way, I also have a kit. I'm about to go through it right now, um, to show you what I'm talking about. Kit.co/. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Here we go. I'm going to switch screens over here, and I'm going to talk about it, which is why I'm not afraid of carrying cash on me, and I'm not afraid to wearing large shirts because you can hide stuff on your body. Like, every I don't know if every traveler knows this. Apparently, I guess not everybody knows this, but you can hide stuff on your body, guys. And we're going to switch screens to here. Here we go. All right, so if y'all can see this, where we at? No, y'all can't see it. Can't see it yet. Here we go. All right, cool. So if y'all can see this, I have a little sort of like a travel safety kit sort of a thing that I put together on things that I use personally that I still use these. Personally, I use this as self defense mechanisms and stuff to help you. One of the things is a money belt. How many people has a money belt? Anybody? I have a money belt. I use my money belt, and then what I do is I put it underneath my shirt, so that way there's nothing in my pockets. My phone is in my money belt. A copy of my passport is in my money belt. My main cash is in my money belt, and then I put like 2 mil peso in my pocket if they wanted to go for my pockets, right? And if you're wearing a dark colored shirt, like how I wear a black shirt, you're not gonna get stripped and seized like that. They're gonna go for the pockets. There's also an underwear that you can get that is like a money belt underwear. It's about you, bro. This lock I always have with me, you can lock it up wherever you want, but you gotta have a master lock that keeps all your important things. You have to have a money belt. You have to have like tracking devices. When you're going out with a backpack, you gotta have your master lock. You gotta have a flashlight, emergency flashlight, and of course, you see these knuckles right here, military grade tactical tactical gloves. If you have to throw down, Nate from Nate in Your State is prepared, man. I have, I have this, a dummy cell phone that is shaped like a taser that's shaped like a dummy phone. I have that, a personal safety alarm, God forbid, if you ever need to use that, and a tactical pen. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready. So, whenever I see any situation like this ever pop off again, and there's going to be justification, I'm going to pull this up again. This is Nate's travel safety kit, and it's in the link of it's in the link of description of all of my videos. You're going to see that kit.co because Nate knows what goes on in Colombia, so I always have a travel safety kit that I can reference just in case if someone asks me for any recommendations. Yo, how do I stay safe? How do I hide money? You know what I'm saying? What if I'm in an emergency? What if I have to fight? Bro, this is one of the most legal things you can carry with you through TSA. If you don't want to get caught and you know you have hands, this is going to give you extra hands, just solid hands, all right? Do not sleep on these things, man. But your premise is that you hope that you never have to use it. It's like insurance. But this thing in particular, never leave home without. For sure, never leave home without. Because if you go, because there was times like look in Cartagena, I had it made it look like I was exercising, so nobody batted an eye. Or either that, or it makes it look like that I have my own moto because I have the boots and I'm well kitted up. So people think that okay, this guy's a motorist. You know what I'm saying? And I have my motorcycle license too. So yeah, that's why I know about these things as well. But the hard knuckles that's supposed to protect your hands, God forbid you're in an accident on a motorcycle, that material is just as good for throwing down, bro. Heads up. Brain G says, I F with that, Nate. Man's got that Metal Gear Solid kit. Yo, facts, bro. You got a solid Nate. Yo, you gotta have a kit, man. I kid you not. You gotta have one of these things, man. You never know it'll come in handy. You know, especially for the ladies. If the ladies are traveling, right? And there's only so much you can do. Here's a little alarm that you can pull that can help you, right? Flashlights are a good weapon. Kid you not, bro. Not only are they hard and sturdy, but you can blind them with the flash and light. These are deterrents, man. I'm not saying that this is gonna oh yeah, if you're getting robbed, pull out a flashlight. You go to window 4. It's like you think about people that go into wars, right? People don't expect to get clipped when they're in war, though, but it happens that the most trained, prepared soldier gets clipped, man. We hear about stuff like this that's happened. But you have deterrents that can extend, you know, your lifespan, stuff that can protect you. Deterrents are good. The military grade knuckles is supposed to help you. Don't leave home without none of those stuff. But yeah, let's continue. But this is what I'm talking about. These are stuff that can help, is what I'm talking about. But let's get back to the video and still cross analyze all of this. He said, nice stuff. You can use house keys as a blade too. Yes, absolutely. 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 Let's get back into it.
Somebody rob me, I'm gonna get my phone to him. I ain't got shit else.
So he says, someone robs him, they're just going to get his phone. If you have tap on your phone, they got everything. If you logged into your Gmail, they have everything. Phones are very scary, y'all. Especially if you're in tech. Phones are very scary, man. Cybersecurity hackers, man, pen testers, you know, white glove hackers. These guys are very scary. So don't sleep on a phone. Like if you put information out there and Colombia gets it, because I was sleeping on Colombia. And we hear about the stories of how people's cryptos getting wiped out. And there's a whole, like I said, criminal enterprise network how they do things. So I don't sleep on these guys anymore.
Yeah, I see you over there looking. Oh, gracias.
Have enough cash to give to somebody as a deterrent. And now look, they are all are in the car. Yo, we were losing our minds when we seen this part. We were losing our minds. We was like, what the heck? At least put them a block away somewhere. Like, yo, wait for me here. I'm gonna go someplace, and yeah, I would not have brought them back. But I mean, you see the older gentleman. Because look, man, it's you against them. They already don't like tourists. They already don't like us, man. So the fact that you already know that there's bad blood between them and us, you have to protect your best interest, man. You have to protect your best interest. That's what it is, man. Yo, look, like I said, I love Colombia. I like it, but apparently there's too much heat against them and us at the moment. I don't know why I didn't do anything to them, but apparently they don't like us. So when I see stuff like this, I'm like, bro, this is rookie mistakes. You know? I digress. Let's go.
They gonna see what the fuck?
He says he doesn't care. He says he doesn't care. They're gonna see where you take him. He didn't care. Um,
Cash, but I have the money on my card. Like even my subscribers donated. Like they can have a field day that oh he didn't have cash. Get the fuck out of here. Gracias. Vueltando. Sí, vueltando. Propino. Propino.
Propima, they asked him for a tip.
Ah, no, propino. Yo comprendí eso. They try to ask me for a tip. My tip. I'm gonna give you a tip. The tip is to have a damn card machine in 2024.
That's the thing, though. It's like, oh my gosh, man. Like, this is why I don't know if he was trolling or when I seen this. When I seen this, I'm like, come on, you can't say this. We already know that it's still outdated, bro. Like, I haven't been to Brazil, right? I haven't been to Brazil, but they always say that Brazil is still kind of outdated, even though it's 2024, right? Some of the buildings and stuff, the internet and all that. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, but they say that Brazil still has a ways to go because it's a developing nation, right? It's not a first world country, it's a developing nation. Same what I could say about, good example, Cuba, right? That's like going to Cuba and saying like, "Oh yeah, you should have USA ATMs, bro." Like, who am I to say that? Come on, man. Like, come on. Like, I was like, come on, bro. You have to be trolling at this point. You have to be trolling at this point because now you brought the guys back, and I understand that you wanted to have the tap. I understand that though, but it's like, I mean, to be honest, man, everybody operates differently. I guess this is how Cartagena operates, and that's how I feel. I don't like it too, man. I'm not even, like I said, I'm not going to knock them too much, but I don't like it too how outdated sometimes Cartagena feels, where they have meterless taxis where they can charge you whatever. But someone told me like, look, man, 9 mil to 11 mil across the country, across the whole district of El Centro, and they call it a day, right? Not El Central, by the wall areas, and call it a day. This should be 7 mil. So even hearing that and knowing that, okay, they don't have meter taxis, and they could get meter taxis. That's how they are, bro. It is what it is. Every country, every city has their own set of rules, bro. It is what it is. Maybe one day they'll get with the times. Even some Airbnbs is outdated, bro. It's like, bro, you guys don't have like AC in some of these things. You just have fans. It is what it is. That's the price that you pay for going into Cartagena, right? It's a price that you got to pay. It is what it is.
That's my tip. If you had, they have a card machine because there was restaurants that accepted card there. I guess they just didn't work with it.
Yeah, some places have it, but some people just think that you might scam them, so that's why they don't want to like do that. Like some people, like, once again, it's Colombians. That's how they're gonna act. Not everybody's gonna be buddy buddy with you. But if you did watch my video, right? I did a video of one of the best restaurants that you could have gone to, and that is Cande Restaurante. I like that place, man. Restaurante Cande. They treated me so well. Oh man, they treated me so well, bro. I really felt like this, and it didn't break the bank too. So I think the money that they scammed him out of in this clip, in this video, he could have went to Restaurante Cande and just been, had a better time with the ambiance with the music and all of that, bro. They did him dirty. I think he's holding his phone.
And I could just go to
So yeah, he goes into his. So this is where he asks the Airbnb host for help.
Ocho, 185, sí. Sí. Y después de tengo una cartada aquí.
So they charged them 18, which is like 185,000 Colombian pesos, CLP, USD. What was that again? Equivalent $47.63 they charged them.
Era efectivo. Right. Sí, sí. Gracias. So my Airbnb host is going to pay them, and then I'm going to go later and get my cash. Okay. Yo ficando acá con él. Sí. Gracias, mucho gusto. De mañana tengo efectivo. Sí. Tengo era machine. Ah, sí, sí.
Oh, so they're both in the house. Okay.
Era machine. Botando. Sí.
It's dangerous. I say it's dangerous because you did inconvenience the Airbnb host. You brought him to his crib, bro. So now people can stake out the spot saying, all right, this is where Gringos is at. Oh, he has an Airbnb business. Okay, we can charge. Like, look, a lot of things could have went wrong. I'm not saying that. Okay, nothing could happen though, but it's like the Airbnb host now is at risk now because we don't know who these guys are. You just outed him as an Airbnb host, and you know how they feel about Airbnb now that they're trying to crack down on Airbnb. Where I think the hotels are complaining about it. They did that here in New York, where you can't Airbnb for like a certain amount of days because hotels were losing money. So that's why that rule applied in New York, and you kind of see the rules trying to happen in Colombia wide. You hear about it, and people are saying that they're trying to crack down on the nightlife activities. But I think more so is that the hotels aren't getting enough money, so they putting pressure on the government to put pressure on Airbnb. So now that the locals know that this guy is an Airbnb host. So if they wanted to extort him at any point, they possibly can because this guy has an Airbnb. Let's hurt his business. So that's another reason why. Okay, I would never have brought them back because it puts him at danger. Not only that, if they wanted to do something malicious, if they wanted to come back and do something malicious, whether you're not there, whether you're there or somebody else is in the space, they can because they know who the Airbnb host is. They know that gringos are going to rent from this guy, so there's money to be made from the host and from the gringos. So it was, and we was warning you, Austin, man. I'm saying, like I said, you said you was going to do some stuff to fix up. So like I said, I ain't trying going too hard, but that wasn't wise. That was not wise at all.
This is really not my mistake. This is really Cartagena's mistake not having a damn card machine.
Let me play that back again. I think we gotta play that back, man. We gotta play that back.
This is really not my mistake. This is really Cartagena's mistake not having a damn card machine.
It's not his mistake. It's Cartagena's fault. It's Cartagena's fault. Come on, man. We can't say that, man. We can't say that. This is, like I said, maybe he might have been trolling. I mean, to the benefit of the doubt, maybe he might have been trolling, or this. If he generally feels like this is not how they operate, man. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I have, man. And talking about the situation and Austin's comments, and then I think later on the Airbnb host gives his 2 cents on the situation. He lets him know, like, look, man, these guys scammed you. He had 2 drinks.
Mas um hombre habla primero quando tu chegar vídeo americano. Mas
50,000 pesos. They charge them, man. So like, it's like beating a bed. I can't really beat the dead horse because I mean the Airbnb host himself. You can tell he's an older gentleman. He gave his 2 cents and kind of like gave him the rundown of how things work in Colombia, right? And you being a tourist, they're gonna charge you more. So yeah, guys, that is what I have to say about the situation, about the tussle. I've showed you guys my own kit in order to keep myself safe, my own belt. I think I want to do more stuff like that. Talk about like travel safety stuff, man. Because I was doing it originally, and then I started to do the vlogs though. But I think travel safety. You look at stuff like this, even more the reason why to talk more about travel safety stuff to really keep other travelers like informed. Because you think about it like this, man. A lot of us in this space, we're all influencers, you know, and we appreciate your time. So I wouldn't want to put you guys in a situation that can get you guys got, and I have to take accountability as an individual that's you know influencing y'all to visit a certain location because I mean we're influencers, right? It comes with the job description. So people, so the folks that live vicariously through Austin and may want to visit one of these days, I'm like I'll have to tell you, um, just be careful on the actions that you do, because his experience may not be your experience and vice versa. So you don't want to put yourself in a very situation, in a situation that can get yourself got. You also don't want to go into a location with a bravado thinking that you are above their laws. So you have to be nice and humble to everybody that you meet. Make sure you have a connection when make sure you have some type of pipeline going down there. And if you don't have a pipeline and you're a solo traveler and you want to go someplace for the first time, check to see if they have a hostel. I think hostels are perfect for making friends the first time you guys get down there because albeit my first time in Colombia, although I had a connection down there and things went south, I had I had a hostel to go with, and my first night in the hostel, right? I made like 5 friends, and I didn't realize that this is how it was when you interact with other travelers. So that way you don't feel lonely. So those are my tips to new travelers who might be watching. For those who have any other questions, look, man, I have videos. Tutorials, and all the other good stuff that you guys can see. So that way you can keep yourself informed. Um, my socials are on the description too. You can check the descriptions here. So you guys can hit me up, or if you guys have questions as well. I have a video talking about my experience almost getting in a fight with Venezuela. That's going to probably come out tomorrow, if not Monday. So you guys can see so you can see how I explained how I diffused the situation that could have been a real serious situation in Colombia. And as one of the as what man Larval says, like, look, man, this is not our home court. We're playing the away game, and this is not how, like, if we was like in the hood in New York or in Brooklyn, you know, it's different, So make sure that we are humble when we travel. All right, guys, and like let these videos be a teaching moment for you guys, so you guys can conduct yourselves accordingly and professionally too in certain situations. And also for how Austin, if you are still watching, if you're around, you watch. If you happen to drop onto this, man, I really do hope that you get exactly what you're searching for. Remember, we just people on the internet, and some people can be trolling, but you can only do what's best for you. And you said that you're gonna go do what you got to do, and if you happen to go back home, and I definitely wish 100% success in that outcome, because hey, you're doing what a lot of people are jealous to do, man. You're traveling and seeing the world, but just travel and enjoy the moment, man. And appreciate your friends, your family, those that are close to you, man, because it goes a long way, man. Absolutely, it goes a long way. And thank you so much, guys, for joining this live stream. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Keep eating, Keep exploring. I'll see you guys in the next live stream or in the next video. Peace.